Welcome everybody to the 8th episode of the Edmonds Racing Weekly News TV show. We've got all the team here together. Toby and Trent Edmonds, Clint Shipsey from Sportsbet, and Mr. Adam Gardini, who's putting this all together for us, all this great content. How are you guys? It's been another sort of week of self-isolation. Clint, you were talking about rolling out and getting some groceries for your father this morning, mate.
Yeah, mate. Interesting times, obviously, with isolation for people over 70. So you got to do your bit and chip in. So, but, as long as we're all doing our part, for the world, basically, I think, and let's get rid of this virus and all get back.
Yeah. So true, mate. All got to stick together and help each other out here. That is for sure. Tobe and Trent, just sort of business as usual for you guys.
Yeah, so it's pretty boring actually. Sorry, you go, Trent.
Yeah, just business as usual. Working home and then working home basically, and then races when we can. So that's been about it. But anyway,
still getting golf in, Toby. Do you get to play golf just one partner and having a round?
Yes. So we play this afternoon. You've got you're playing a pair, but one guy. No, you can't have two people in a cart. There's one cart each, or you got to walk and keep your distance, which is fine.
Yeah,
at least you get a bit of exercise, so it's okay. Who
are you going to play with?
Anyway, who am I on with?
Yeah, who do you play with?
Brady's not playing today. Yeah, today playing with Brad. He's a client of ours. He's in a couple of horses there. He's in the Vancouver filly out of Edifile, and he's in Grand Zoo as well. So Brad's a good partner, good mate of mine. Just like to give my mother a shout out. The old boy passed away a couple of weeks ago, and she's in complete lockdown and struggling to get any company whatsoever. Bloody sad, but at least she's in really good spirits, and she's keeping safe. So everyone's doing their bit all around the country by the sound of it, which is good, even in the Hunter Valley where we come from. Big thing this, and I'd like to congratulate once again Racing Queensland for being able to work with the government and to be able to keep racing going. It's very important for our industry and the thousands and thousands of staff that we employ as a whole industry. There's no content out there anywhere. There's no and racing's the only bit of sport available on TV at the moment, live sport, I should say. There's replays and everything out there, but certainly for any of the guys that have got to sit at home all day, which they are, and they can get to have a bet, they can get to watch the races, and we're happy to do our bit, as far as sending whatever content out, give some interviews, and hopefully we can throw them into a winner.
All right, team. So obviously it's been the first week of the new zoning system here in Queensland. We're in the Metro South Zone, the Gold Coast, Ipswich, Toowoomba tracks. Just thought you guys would help us out by just running through the key differences, that you see with the zoning, maybe starting with just sort of outlining how it's going to work Friday, Sunday, etc. Toby?
Okay. So how it's going to work, as you mentioned, the three tracks in our zone are Gold Coast, Ipswich, Toowoomba. We're going to be racing Fridays, Sundays for the next how long? There's programs out now through the next 2 months, I think. So it's probably going to be for that long at least. So the Friday meeting will be a hybrid metropolitan meeting. There will be, and the two zones, by the way, are not in any way favoured. They both got equal amount of prize money being distributed. There's going to be some feature races added in towards the end of April, and they'll go on through the rest of the shutdown or the zoning. Those races will be over 125k, so that'll be sort of similar to our listed Group 3 level, I'd suggest, and that's welcomed because we've got some horses sort of getting ready for the winter carnival that are going to fit into those races, hopefully. So that's how that's going to work at the moment. The jockey pool, we think we've got a really good lot of jockeys that have decided to ride in our area. Robbie Frad's probably the only one that lives here close by he's gonna ride in the Brisbane Sunshine Coast area. So we've got Ryan Maloney, we've got Andrew Mallion, we've got Matt McGilvray and Michael Carl. in our zone. We use all those guys, and they're all very, very good riders, and we're happy to have them on. But yeah, and I'll let Trent can sort of fill in on the programming and how that's going to affect us. But yeah, we see it as a positive and good. We're racing. I suppose that's all I can say.
Yeah, absolutely. Trent, programming, obviously, mate, we've only just got, I think, the end of April out. Maybe there's a little bit more now, but essentially old programs out the window, and we're just sort of playing it week to week with the horses at the moment. Would that be fair?
Yeah, that's exactly. With us, even though we've sort of got a substantial number in work now, we still, where we can, love to try and split them up as best we can. So with this zoning, and it's by no means a whinge, because it's great that we're still able to be active and still able to have that earning capacity for our clients. A lot of our horses now are going to have to sort of race against each other, which is something that, yeah, we obviously all do, but it's not that we like to do it. We try and split them up as best we can and sort of try and earn the maximum for everyone majority of the time. So just for instance, there'll be a 3-year-old handicap next week where at this stage it'll look like we're probably going to have nearly half a dozen runners type of thing. So, and obviously only one horse can win the race. Flip side to that is we are still racing, still have that capacity to earn some stake money for the clients, and that's the good thing about it at this current stage anyway.
I noticed, and you mentioned the other day to me, was a lot of noms in each race, so a lot more balloting out. Although I do see at the Gold Coast they put on an extra race. I think they're going to run 11 races there tomorrow. Yep. So yeah, a bit more balloting and things like that to come.
Yeah, that's right. So be interesting to see how that plays out. Not every track every week's going to be able to run sort of 11 and 12 races. It's nearly impossible. So that's the unfortunate side of it. There is going to be some horses balloted out, and you've got to try and juggle them about. But that's unfortunate, but that's the current climate, and we've just got to make do.
Yeah, for sure. And Tobe, Northern Rivers, how do we play that? Are we able to get over the border and race in New South Wales?
Yeah, we certainly are. Protocols are in place. We can't. None of our staff or us can go to the races, but we can send them down to be in the care of another trainer. We have a strapper down there that straps us every week anyway. So Billy the strapper, he looks after our horses in the Northern Rivers when we go there. So I'm not saying we'd be sending a big team down there, but certainly if we get one or two down there. And plus the other side of it is we can only use the Northern Rivers jockeys. So Matt McGoran, those Luke Rolls, those type of riders that we would have to use down there, but that's fine. So yeah, it's workable, but there's a couple of hurdles or speed humps, but it's certainly manageable.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we still got access to Northern Rivers. That's great. All right, guys. Yep. Well, I suppose we're going to learn as we go here a bit too, and hopefully, the great thing is we have the same amount of sort of prize money to run for up here as the Metro North guys do, and hopefully they will get their chance and we can win a few more races. Week that was, lads. Sportsbet Charity Challenge. Clint, fill us in here, mate. How did the guys go?
Mate, we had no winners from the boys last week. We had a bit of a poor effort from both the Edmonds lads there. So far in running total, we have Toby with one win. So he's got $300 in the kitty there for his charity of choice, mate, which was Bravehearts. And Trent, mate, you're still yet to get on the board, buddy. But just while we're speaking of Trent, I'd just like to say that whilst the COVID-19 has been trending across Twitter for some time, it's a very hot topic. So is Trent's haircut that he rocked out of the races a few weeks back. And, mate, it seems like the jockeys down south have all packed onto your trendy shaved head, and they're all doing it down south as well. So well done, mate. It's a pretty hard effort to start.
Pull the hat off, mate. Show us.
No, I don't think I had nothing to do with it. So, and the hat won't be coming off, Bruce. Thanks very much.
You, Bruce, you to shave your head for next week, mate. What do you think?
Hey, honestly, I've thought about this, right? But I'm dead set worried it's not going to go back. Like, I don't reckon it's grown for a few years now, and it's starting to really get back. So I'm too vain, to be honest, mate. Too vain at the moment, but yeah.
Hey, that's all right. It's obviously we need to get your best bets for the weekend, boys. So Trent, we'll start with you, mate, for the motor neurone disease. Who's your top bet for the week for the sports bet tipping for charity? Mate?
He just jumped the gun here. He is straight into the bets. He just wants to get it out here today.
Give the punters what they want, you know. Sorry.
I'll go Grey Missile, drawn softer than he has any start that he's had for us. Back to 1200 should be good. Hot speed, charging home late.
Beautiful. Grey Missile, Gold Coast.
Tomorrow at the Gold Coast. Race 10, number 7. And Toby, for Bravehearts, for you, mate?
I'm going left field, a horse called Indian Dreamer. He resumed at Grafton the other day and come from an impossible position, although he did come up the fence, which was the fast lane the other day. But nice horse, nice big sepoy horse out of a good family, and I just got a funny feeling he's going to progress.
There you go. Oh, there we go. We like that. So that's Indian Dreamer at the Gold Coast tomorrow, race 11, number 13.
I reckon the trainers might be at loggerheads there, Clint. I reckon they're going to pick different horses in that race. There's two runners, and I reckon they've gone for one each. It's going to be a good.
Well, there we go. It's we look forward to the result for that for tomorrow, boys. So thanks for that, and hopefully we get the chockies.
No worries.
They both galloped together on the horse Trent's talking about is Great Keppel, by the way. Well, he's keen on in that race, but he's not game enough to tip him because he runs second and third a lot.
What happened in that gallop? Talk us through it. Were they heading head to the line, or was Indian Dream?
Not a great
Indian
deal
Dream was just. Oh, I thought Great Keppel worked better, but he's a really good worker. This Indian Dreamer is a bit of a sleeper, and he's got a big finish on him. So look out. Great Keppel think he's home, and Indian Dreamer get him late. There you go.
There's big call.
Big bounds down there. Big bounds down the outside.
Yeah, whoever wins that, there'll be a bit of banter next week anyway. If whoever wins that contest. Looking forward to seeing the result. Yeah, really good. All right, team, jump outs. We had a few stars of the stable went round at the jump outs Bow Desert on Tuesday. A few of these. This is exciting. Tie Zone, Winter Bride, Wisdom of Water, The Pines, Baroda, Scout, Jet Affair. A few of these heading towards Sydney, guys, for the back end of the autumn carnival. Talk us through there the Sydney plans for a few of those. Trent?
Okay, so Winter Bride. Oh, sorry, Trent can go. Yep.
Winter Bride, Brucey, she'll go to the Sapphire Stakes. She ran, I think, third in there last year. Ran a really good race. She's progressed well since that trial. She's had 2 in the sort of space of 8 days now. So just do a little bit more work with later in the week, and she'll float down probably middle of next week for that race. Track conditions, hopefully we get suitable ones, and she draws fairly soft, and she'll be very competitive. Doesn't know how to run a bad race, so trial good twice, nearly ready to go.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so that's Winter Bride. She runs next weekend, and so she'll go down there. And how do you operate that, mate, with the current restrictions in place?
So got a pretty good working relationship with the Snowdens, obviously. So I'd say at this stage we're still yet to sort of define it, but they go and be in the care of Peter and Paul, and just race from there.
Awesome, mate. Okay, and the week after, 18th of April, Tie Zone and possibly Vanna Girl as well?
Yeah, we may even throw in Vivid Fortress. We spoke about that. There's a couple of options we can do with it. We can let her progress through a Class 1 and whatever, but she smashed them the other day in a maiden, and she's a 3-year-old filly, so we could have Vanna Girl and Vivid Fortress in that race. Just undecided yet whether we do or we don't. Probably give her a gallop Saturday morning and decide, I'd imagine. But certainly Vanna Girl will be. Resumed in really good order the other day, was quite unlucky. She got a bad check at about the 1,100 metre mark or 1,000 metre mark. Lost a couple of lengths. I was amazed that the winner got such a soft lead in front in that race. Like normally they go a million mile an hour, especially late in the day, like it was. There's no one. They just let that. They just let the winner canter in front, and it jogged home. And our filly was very brave to be able to, make up that much ground after getting a check and running well. Tie Zone, he had a jump out at Bow Desert, as you mentioned, on Tuesday. Best I've seen him go actually for a long time. I thought he won his jump out by 100 yards. I don't know what was in the jump out, so that's irrelevant. But just the way he done it, he sat second, put the pressure on from about the 600 and just ran away with his trial. So he's going good. So he ran the Hallmark on, I think that's the 18th, is it, or the 17th?
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah. So those three are earmarked for Sydney on that day.
Awesome. Watch out, Sydney. I know you guys have spoken about before, but when you travel them, they are there for a reason, and they generally run very well. So, touch wood, guys. It'd be lovely to pull one off in the carnival, wouldn't it?
Guys, back to Winter Bride. Just let me finish with Winter Bride. Like last year, we sent her down. She won the race about 3 weeks before, or 2 weeks before the Sapphire. Was it? Is that the Sapphire she ran third in? Yep. So she won, but she went down really, really underdone. We all thought that she was would have needed the run. She performed so well. She rode in 1:07 something. She nearly, and they say she broke the course record. She's very close to breaking the course record off what was a pretty quick lead up to that race. We thought she'd need the run, but she was so good first up. And she's really good first up. So look out for her next Saturday.
Yeah. I love it in the Sejono colours, and I know that Sejono are selling a full assisted of Vivid Fortress as well that Peter O'Brien through the week told me was outstanding. So for those people operating and working the Easter sale, just be mindful that the full assisted Vivid Fortress may be heading towards the black type in Sydney after the sale. So that's,
Peter's they're all outstanding though. They're all outstanding.
No, you'd ask the right question.
The best salesman in the country.
They breed a good horse. They can breed one. Unbelievable.
Yes.
All the best to everyone there. Working through the Easter sale there. I hope it goes as well as possible. Guys, stable is on absolute fire. 11 runners last week. 8 were in the placings. So 8 either won or placed. We had 3 winners. Where to next for Beats Me, who won at Bow Desert, first time out for the stable, Trent?
Just find a similar grade race. To be fair for him, like to probably keep him a bit fresh. It got off a bit sleepy on us. That guy, obviously, he's got good ability, but his 3 trials that we gave him, it's just taken a while to get up and get happening. Gave him 3 trials; they were okay. Work had been again okay without sort of flashing light, and then the quality of the field wasn't the greatest, but he jumped and run and led along at a good tempo and smashed them. So he's obviously got a bit of promise. Just went out to the farm for a couple of days. He'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll just have a look at him before deciding where to go next. As we mentioned previously, the programming's a bit skew-iff, so just sort of have a look at him and then have a deeper look at the programming. But I'd like to keep him on that fresher side as well, if we could.
Go through his grades. All right, perfect, man. The Gold Coast had a couple of winners. Lot's wife for Laurel Oak and Ian Cathy Matheson. Trent, you said it would win, and she absolutely bolted up.
Yeah, maybe I should have made that my best bet. We would have been sweet. Look, she actually put a really good gallop in on the course proper on the Tuesday, and I just thought the greater race and no disrespect to the other guys who had a horse in it, but it was a fairly thin maiden and wanted to see her win the way she did. So it was great to see her get the job done like that. I know she's probably not bred to get over a journey, but it looks to me as though she'll run sort of 16, 18, 2,000 metres easily. And if she does that, then that opens up a lot more options for her going forward, and hopefully some metro options sort of as a 4-year-old when we're back on track.
Yeah, no, I love it, mate. And so important for a filly with a big pedigree just to get that win on the board, and she did it really stylishly. The filly by Vinny out of No Looking Back, who, of course, was first past the post in the Magic Millions. At the Gold Coast two-toe, we had Powering Get Up, fresh up for the stable as well. Awesome visions on Twitter of Sterling and Clint and Adam and Blakey there. The 2K team, along with the guys here, celebrating and getting up and about, cheering home a nice winner. At least 2, I must mention.
Yes, that's right. He was good, actually. We thought he was a tad underdone as well, but showed his quality. He come up from Anthony to us last we gave him one run before we tipped him out last preparation, and he's had a good build up. Couple of trials were, we'd held him together and kept the lid on him, so to speak, and got a bit of improvement in him too from last Saturday. So his win was really good. He didn't have the easiest of runs, and was really strong late. So good result for the 2K team, and well ridden.
How good is it, the vision of just, the guys jumping around after that win? Like, it, that's what racing's all about. And the guys are so passionate, aren't they? The whole 2K team and that, they just love their racing, and like all of us, just love winning.
I suppose we're a good fit because we get a bit silly when we win as well. So it's cool.
You in that boat. All right, team, we had a few beaten runners, but plenty of good runs. Let's run through them. I'll call your name and you let me know if you think it was good, if the horse was good, had excuses, or was disappointing. Toby, Wavemaker.
Disappointing.
Trent, Batamer.
Good. Tried something different. She raced well.
Yeah, sort of get the line. It's nice to see her run through the line. That was nice. Naminga, Tobe.
Naminga looking for further.
Beautiful. Nick to skip. Trent.
Looking for less journey. Pulled too hard. Needs to be fresher and lesser journey.
Yeah, understood. All right, and Tobe, Sapora. We must go back to when you and Fatty were on the show, and Fatty was giving Sapora and poor old Dave Cherry an absolute ribbing, and she ran enormous.
Well, Dave wanted to get rid of her after the last run. Actually, he said, "Oh, do you want to just finish her up and send her on?" I said, "No, we'll give her one more and see how she goes." Anyway, I wrote something to him the other day. Well, she got a reprieve, and he said, "Geez, you're a bit hard." I thought, well, that's what you wanted, wasn't it? But she was good. She was really good. We Trent and I both thought, if she, we thought we'd be retiring her after last Saturday, but she pulled one out and got a reprieve. And
this was the longest
really good.
The longest
what?
What?
Sorry. Longest short answer. Okay, good.
Oh, no. It's all good. The background story. She was enormous. Doombin had some good runners here. Mr. Bellagio came in from 13s into 4s or 5s or 6s, I think, and nearly got the job done, Trent.
Yeah, he was great. Should win pretty quickly. Didn't have the greatest luck at the top of the straight, I think.
Yeah. Vanna Girl.
He was good.
Vanna Girl, sorry, Toby.
Vanna Girl was excellent, very unlucky.
And Heritage Sash, Trent, best bet of the week.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing. Maybe needs to just be kept a bit fresher. Spacey's runs even further.
Okay, beautiful, guys. Thanks very much. All right, well, let's look forward now. Let's try and find some winners from the Gold Coast tomorrow, as the guys mentioned earlier, now racing on a Metro Friday on the Gold Coast. Plenty of runners, plenty of action, guys. Please help us out. Race 1 is a 2-year-old handicap, 1,100 metres, Toby. 3 runners in here in the 2-year-old race. Paredo, drawn 12, probably comes into 6. Yarramalong, owned filly by Better Than Ready. First Emergency, Purnell gets a run from looking like barrier 7 or 8, well-bred colt. And Jetty, the 2K full brother to Champagne Jet, also gets a run, drawn 4 or 5, depending on, I just haven't rechecked the barriers, but they're all coming in a few spots. Help us out here, team. How do we see this playing out? Who wins this of those 3?
Well, who beats, whether they win or not, either of them, but or the 3 of them. I thought there wasn't much between Paredo and Purnell. Purnell's a lovely Vinny colt who's is quite an expensive colt. We just decided now that this is all shut down just to get him going and let him get a bit of experience, race day experience, and just see where they fit in and how they progress. So, but I wouldn't be surprised to see either of those horses win or run second or win. So I think Jetty may need it, and probably out of the 3 of those, Paredo and Purnell are the best 2 there.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I suppose the other 2 have had a couple more trials and things, and it's just who rides Paredo and Jetty. By the way, we've got Purnell's Ryan Maloney. Paredo is
We're going to wait till scratching time for Pareto because she's got 55 kilos, and we couldn't secure someone who could make that weight. And we just thought we'll wait for scratchings because one of the better riders might become available with the scratching. So we'll know more tomorrow morning.
Sure, Pareto and Jetty. Okay, good as gold. All right, very good. Trent, race 2, we have Global Citizens out, so we head to race 3, a maiden plate, 1,200 metres. We've got applause in there for the Lucky Clover team. Drawn 13, Maddie McGilvray up. 2 starts for a 5th and the 6th, mate. Doesn't look like a strong maiden. He's had sort of 3 trials, improving trials. How can he feature first up?
Look, I'd be surprised if he could win. I think from that terrible barrier, we just ride him a little bit steady, get some cover somewhere, follow something into the race, hopefully, and then give him a good experience, let him get down the middle of the track and hit the line, and then he should improve once he gets over a little bit further, as long as we just give him a good education again tomorrow. His first 2 starts when he was a colt still. He got to the races and cooked himself. He was naughty boy, be the kindest way to describe it. So whatever he does tomorrow, he should improve once he gets over a bit further.
Okay, perfect. So he'll be ridden quiet. Race 4 is a benchmark 72, Toby. 1,100 metres, Maslow's back. Ryan Maloney on board. He's drawn nicely. He's a proven Metro galloper, this horse. First try at 1,100 metres, but he has won twice at 1,200. The good surface, the good track here at the Gold Coast should suit. How do you think he'll go?
Yeah, he'll run well. He's as you know, he's a Metro performer where he's performed at this level many times, and Ryan rides him quite well, actually, Ryan Maloney. So he's come up nicely. Had a nice jump out at Beaudesert the other day behind From Within and Thine is the Power, or Thine, yeah, it was her, and he went good. So, and his work's good too. So look, we expect him to run really well.
Yeah, perfect. He should be a winning chance, shouldn't he? I mean, I know it's a bit sharp, but he is a proper Metro horse, and he is dropping in grade, right?
Yeah, that's probably always not our best one of our best bets. He's just in a race that could be a tad short for him, but look out with 50 or 60 to go.
Yeah, nice. Okay, lovely. Race 5, Trent, same conditions, benchmark 72, 1,100 metres, mate. Same colours on Zack Attack as on Maslow. Barrier 7, Maddie McGilvray rides. Mate, she the same sort of deal with Maslow. She's performed. You did trial her between runs, so she had a bit of a freshen up trial. Tried to ride her cold in that trial. What's the thoughts here over 1,100 metres from Barrier 7?
So just wanted to see how she'd perform and how she'd react riding her steady. She's fairly high speed. I think in a short course race, whether it be tomorrow or something down the track over a little bit shorter even, riding her off the speed, she'll benefit. She's quite high speed. A couple of wins last prep were 2nd and 3rd up. So historically, that's her best runs. She looks fantastic. Whether or not she's just that little bit soft tomorrow first up and might need it, as she did last preparation, that remains to be seen. So, look, she'll race well. I just have a feeling that her form will probably ring true, and she'll bounce out of tomorrow and then continue to improve into her 2nd and 3rd up runs as she did last time.
Beautiful. Okay, mate. Very good. Well, it sounds like she's come back well this prep anyway, which is great. Race 7, Toby, Class 6, 1,400 metres. Pepula Few. He's been an absolute star for the stable in recent months. Barrier 10, Maddie McGilvray. Obviously won very impressively at this track last time. Distance stats, 6 starts, 5 wins in a second. I suppose we've learned a little bit that he likes to lead and not a ton of pace in here, but he is 6th up. He does have a new jockey aboard. Brad Stewart obviously riding Metro North, and he is up 3 kilograms. How will he go?
Yeah, it's a little bit against him, but gee, you couldn't fault his form, and obviously one of the form horses of the stable, I think, and great to see this horse have that dimension where we can, bang him forward, use him, and he keeps running. So I don't think too much will change tomorrow. Matt McGilvray goes on. That's a little bit of a concern if he can get that same performance out of the horse as Brad Stewart did. So that'll be interesting. But look, he's trained nicely. He's works good. Exactly the same preparation between runs as he had at his previous win, and he races well on the Gold Coast track. So look, if whatever beats him is going to win. If they do, probably the weight rise is a little bit of a concern, but he's a big horse. He should carry it nicely.
Yeah, and he's been winning impressively and running time, hasn't he? I like going forward. So
yeah,
that's what he can get the job done again. But certainly no signs of training off. He's 6th up.
No, going good.
Great. Race 8, cutest 3-year-old handicap, 1,800 metres, Trent. Pakula comes out, but we're going to run Beach Break. She's drawn barrier 9. Michael Cahill, again, a filly that has performed at metro level and ran very strong over a mile last time out, up to 1,800 metres. Have another filly that's very well bred, deep into her prep.
Yeah, that's correct. She is quite deep into her prep, so that's always a concern. She's not most robust. Judging how she ran the other day, you'd think that stepping up to the 1,800 would suit. We're going to ride her for cover, obviously, because she's drawn a bit iffy. But I wouldn't want to see her be getting as far back out of the ground as she did the other day. I think she was just a little bit too far back and left with a tiny bit too much to do. Stuck to the task resolutely, raced well. Stepping up to 1,800, a little bit questionable, but we're more than happy to have a crack for good prize money again and walk her across the road. And what will be is what will be, I guess. Level of work hasn't changed. Her body shape hasn't changed. So until she puts a stinker in, then you sort of keep having a crack. And if she's able to win another metro race, then that's great.
Yeah, it's just one of the keys of the stable. I mean, I've spoken about it before, but, your system where they go back to the farm, put their heads down, freshen up on a green paddock. I mean, they're happy horses and they're getting plenty of starts for their owners. And like you say, she looks well and continues to train well. It's just a great credit to you guys. Race 10, Toby, open handicap, 1,200 metres, Grey Missile. Barrier 4, Ryan Maloney, Trent's best bet of the week. He returns to the same track and distance, obviously, where he just got nosed out in the gold market last start. Drawn nicely, super fawn. Ryan Maloney, though, is on for the first time. Thoughts there?
Yeah, it's unusual for him to draw a barrier. He hasn't drawn a barrier since we've had him, and it's the reason he was beaten at his last 2. And we got some really good barriers this week too. Thanks, guys. Whoever does that. Great job again.
There's a conspiracy theory, isn't there?
No. There's no conspiracy theory. Just facts.
Facts.
No conspiracies. It just happens to draw bad barriers. So when Jeff Lloyd retired, we thought it was him, but it's not him. It's us. I'm sure it is. Anyway, Grey Missile's in good order. He looks great. Comes off that second in the goal market where he was a bit stiff. He hasn't had that dodgy leader hate horse sitting where he did, but just from the barrier, he had to try and go forward, and 300 to 1 chance kicked up inside him and just kept him out off the fence. And he was just unlucky late. But anyway, that happens. He's trained nicely. He looks great. And, it's not a bad race all the same. There's also John Smurden's in there that goes pretty good. It ran well in the 900-metre race behind Usman off the other day. Was a little bit unlucky, I thought. What else is there in that race? But look, our guy will probably be 3 or 4 lengths in front of those type of horses, and they'll want to be running home pretty quick to get him, I think. So Trent's best bet of the day, I agree with, but I had to go the other way with another one.
Trent got first dibs, did he?
Yeah, he got in first. As usual.
Edmonds boys.
As usual. You wouldn't want to be fighting over the last sausage, dude, I can tell you.
Clinty boy, when are these prices going to come out, mate? We're punters that want to get on these horses on Sportsbet.
You can expect the prices on Sportsbet this afternoon for the Gold Coast race.
So when this goes there,
buy out this afternoon, mate, and they'll be there.
Beautiful. Sportsbet always get their price up first, always. Race 11, benchmark 72, 1,400 metres. Guys, we've got a couple of runners here. I love this. It's a bit of toe-to-toe here. Trent, you're a great Keppel man. Ryan Maloney on. You've drawn 14, probably come into 10, placed both this prep. This track, 1 start, 1 win. This distance, 5 starts, 2 wins, 2 placings, 2 seconds, I should say. Awkward barrier, mate. Does he roll forward?
No, he does not. He's best ridden steady. Find a bit of cover. Best ridden steady. Hopefully it's a big field, so hopefully a bit of speed on. And Ryan can just get a card into the race and get down the middle of the track. I'm praying that he has a stack more luck than he had last time. If I had any hair left, I would have been pulling it out. He had no luck and horsed down the outside. I think Amnestedia come whizzing down the outside with all the momentum, and our guy was stuck back on the inside and got clear late. So it was a bit of a disaster, but he's in good form. He's third up, so he's rock hard and ready. Just needs that little bit of luck early.
All righty, mate. Good luck, because you're taking on Toby's Sportsbet charity bet of the week, an Indian Dreamer, who has Matty McGillivray on top. Drawn 11, comes into 9, steps up in grade after a sensational win last time out down in New South Wales, building a handy record. Toby, 3 starts, 2 wins. He's stepping up in distance, but I think you guys believe that'll help him, and he wears the lucky clover colours. Yeah,
so he's a sepoy. I've already mentioned this, by the way. He's a sepoy, well-related horse that's really, really progressive, we think, and big, strong guy, big gelding. Once he gets clear ground, you'll see him finish, and he'll run really well at home here Saturday. And I think Great Couple will look the winner somewhere, but he wants to look out this horse late because he'll be steaming home.
I'm hoping he runs really well Saturday, because the races are tomorrow, Friday, so my tip will get up. It'll be good.
Oh, okay. Let me waffle on. Okay, Friday. Sorry, I'm getting used to the days. Friday's normally church day, but yeah, that's Sunday.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good watching. I tell you what, team, and tell you what, there should be good odds those horses too. It's a big field, big open field. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out with their prices in that race. That's for sure. All right, Sunday's Toowoomba team. We haven't seen the barrier draw yet. There haven't been acceptances, but you're going to be accepting with a few. Let's run through them. Win each way or place best. All right. Toby, vertical.
Win.
Filters, Trent.
Each way. We'll need the run again.
Group Think, Toby.
Each way.
Valletta Knight, Trent.
He's an each way chance. Lacks race experience.
Perfect. Good luck to the Blue Bloods team there. And Comfortably Numb, Toby.
Going good. Each way chance.
Awesome. All right, we've done our Sports Bet of the Week challenge already. So just to recap there, it was Toby with Indian Dreamer and the last at the Gold Coast, and Grey Missile for Trent. Guys, thanks very much for your time. Clint, Adam, Tobe, Trent, anything further, lads?
No, not really.
Pretty good.
Just hope everyone's safe and healthy, and hope we've helped out backing a winner. This show will be a bit longer probably than previous weeks, but a stack of runners, and everyone's sitting at home inside, so hopefully they can watch a lot of it.
100%. I think that's the thing. Like, the people that are watching the full shows are getting, they would have got Lot's wife there last week as well. So it pays to sort of watch the content and read in between the lines. So keep well, keep safe, keep healthy, everyone. Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.